Welcome to Reiki Rising, your sacred space for energy healing, mindfulness, and transformation. I'm Raven Waterblossom, a Reiki practitioner, teacher, yoga instructor, and intuitive guide. And I'm here to support you in reconnecting with your inner light and aligning with your essence. In each episode, we'll talk about the power of Reiki and its ability to shift energy, release blockages, and promote inner healing. We'll also explore insights from a new offering, Dharma Healing, Reiki and Mindfulness for Recovery, bringing together a fusion of Reiki practices and mindfulness designed to help break free from the habit energies that no longer serve us, offering a path to recovery, renewal, and peace. Whether you're just beginning your journey or looking to deepen your practice, this is your space to heal and thrive. Let's begin. Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Reiki Rising podcast. I'm your host, Raven, and this week we are talking about the 111 Gateway happening this Saturday. I'm really excited to share this episode with you. Some additional guided practices will also be posted in the Patreon group, or the Reiki Rising community. If you'd like to join us there, the link will be in the show notes. So before we get started, let's just talk about this time of year. It is winter. It's the dead of winter right now. So many of us may not be feeling a gateway practice, and that's okay. But if you are, this practice is here. And I'd like to invite you to just maybe soften the edges around what you are thinking this practice might be. Just be open to hearing this and really take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. This is, yes, a powerful gateway and a time for us to look at our intentions for the year, but it's also a time for us just to maybe reaffirm anything that we had set at that 12/12 gateway in December. So almost exactly a month ago, we had the last gateway of December, or of 2024. So we were thinking of really letting go and stepping forward. So whatever that stepping forward was, now you've had some time to really feel into that and to maybe adjust it and make any changes that you might want to, as we are in that kind of halfway point between then and Imbolc, which is a Celtic celebration of honoring light and the slow awakening of the earth. So that's what I really want to bring in here, the slow awakening of the earth. After the solstice, we begin to notice there's more light in our day. Every day, a little bit longer, that light is staying with us. So I want you to really think about this gateway as that in-between point, an opportunity for us to just pause and to align or find realignment or refinement with any of those intentions that you were kind of thinking about for this next year. Even if that's really kind of working through some of the things that have come up around that in this first couple of weeks, or first almost 2 weeks. So let's just set that precedent there and try to have an open mind as we move forward into this. So I want to start with talking about what are gateways. So the basics here. A spiritual gateway. You may have heard this term before. It's also called like an energetic portal. Sometimes I call it a portal or a gateway. But these are specific points in time when the energy around us is really heightened. One of my favorite gateways to work with is Lionsgate. And that's one where we're really tapping into our heart's devotion, our courage, and our fierceness, right? And this is another gateway just like that. Maybe not as powerful powerful or as supercharged. It is for a different intention. So this is where we're just going to look to connect with our higher selves and align with the universe, whatever those messages that have been coming through for you, and really set intentions to plan our growth. During Imbolc, which is February 1st, I like to start planning what my garden is going to look like. So I kind of like to think about that in this same way. We're looking at like, what might I want to plant in this season of growth? What might I want to? And it doesn't have to be set in stone. We're not planting the seeds right now, but we're really focusing on those intentions just in a general way, what that might be, taking a look at it. So gateways often align with numerological or astrological events. And they act like portals that really amplify our ability to shift into a different state of consciousness, into a higher, we'll say different state of consciousness. And when we do that, we're able to take this invitation from the cosmos to pause, reflect, and realign, and really tap into our power as a co-creator of our reality. We are the ones that are creating what we see in the world, and that's really what we want to focus on during this time. What do you want to create, possibly? So let's talk about the power of the 111 gateway. This is special because it's tied to the number 1 in numerology. 1 in numerology represents fresh starts, individuality, and our infinite potential. So when this energy is amplified, like on January 11th, 111, it creates a potent time to plant seeds. Now, not really, we're picking our seeds right now, but in a general sense, we are planting seeds in our mind of the future and our what we want to aligning with our soul's purpose. And I have a special oracle card reading I'm going to share at the end of this episode that I pulled for you guys, and it's perfect. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. This year, the 111 Gateway is really focused on supportive energies around finding clarity in your vision, in what you want to see in your reality, stepping into your personal power, and really embracing that journey of growth this year. So you can think of this as a chance to kind of hit the energetic reset button and step forward with maybe a more clear intention. So as Reiki practitioners or receivers, people who are receiving Reiki, we can use this gateway to supercharge our practices. And I'll share a couple of ways to do that. And you can do that leading up to or on the day of 111. I suggest doing it leading up and on 111. So if you are a Reiki practitioner, if you are tuned to Reiki, you can use these practices. If you aren't, I'll be sharing just how you can connect with that energy. So one is to do a self-Reiki practice for new beginnings. During your morning practice, place your hands over your solar plexus and say the affirmation, I am aligned with my highest potential. And we're placing our hands over the solar plexus because this is the place of our personal power. Here we can connect with the energy that will help us really step into and embody our strength. So how we do this is just really placing, as you place your hands on these areas in your body, or as I'll talk about in a minute in different ways, we're focusing on Reiki energy, and this is life force energy. This is cosmic energy, just these threads of energy that are moving through every living thing and are helping to amplify our intentions. So we're bringing this energy into that space to really connect with our power, connect with our center, and step into that strength, or utilize this energy to amplify in whatever our practices are. So another way that we can do this is Reiki infused journaling. Before we set intentions, think about channeling Reiki into your hands and channeling that energy into your hands. It can even be sourced from the solar plexus and moving up into the heart space, and then envisioning that moving through the hands. And you'll use this energy, placing it over the journal. So over the pages you're going to write, place your hands either before or after your journaling practice, and this will help amplify the energy of your words and connect you to whatever your true desires really are, especially if this is a practice that you're doing before journaling. And lastly, we need to be grounding this week. We're going to be feeling, I know this morning I woke up and I was just so full of energy, and grounding is so important. When we have these heightened energetic portals, grounding is definitely a practice that you need to be including. And I'm actually going to look really quick because I think we might possibly have, today we're at like the halfway point. So it'll be about a full moon when this portal happens. So that is another thing to look at. So we are going to be on the 11th. It's just the beginning of like almost being in that full moon. So this is even amplified on another level with that lunar energy too. So when we have a full moon, we can feel a lot of buzzing active energy. So this is a very active week, lots of energy flowing out there. Grounding is key to really stay in this present moment and be able to tune into those signs that you're seeing around you. So to ground here, there'll be a couple of more practices that I'll be sharing on the Reiki Rising Collective on Patreon, but this is just a simple grounding practice. With these practices, just imagining that energy moving through your hands, and you can place them at your root chakra. So this is at the base of your spine, placing your hands at the base of your spine or on your hips, and we'll just imagine that energy flowing down into the earth. The energy of this practice where you've placed your hands over your solar plexus and you've connected with your strength and your power within you. The energy that we have infused into our journaling and set into our intentions. And then we're just using this as a closing practice to just draw that energy, anchoring it down into the earth and into this physical realm, into this reality. So I'll be sharing a guided meditation in the Patreon community. If you would like that, definitely go check that out. Again, the link is going to be in the show notes. Just additional practices for this gateway. And if you would like to consider working with me one-on-one, either virtually or in person, I do have sessions available as of right now. As of recording this episode, I have sessions available for the 1:11 gateway in the afternoon. These will be Pacific Standard Time. So if you want to, I'll put the booking link in my bio, check it out. And if not for this gateway and you're interested in working with me, there's also an option for a free consultation. We can talk about what that might look like and see if it's a good fit. So again, check out the Reiki Rising Collective for those guided practices. Check with the links in the show notes if you want to book a session with me or you want to book a consultation with me. And I'm really excited to share this with you. The last thing that I want to share is this oracle reading. So this is from the Soul Mirror Oracle deck, and I just love this deck. It's amazing, and I will link that as well. But I wanted to pull a card for this podcast episode, which I thought was something new that maybe I'll try doing. Let me know if you like it. If you don't, that's okay too. Usually I put these in the Patreon group, but I thought it might be great to just do a collective oracle card for the podcast episode, especially for this week that is for the 111 portal. The card that I pulled is Destiny. And this is about embracing it. It's just so perfectly fitting. I had to share it. So it's about embracing the power within you to forge your path, guided by the loving light of your heart. Be present in the moment and listen to the signs and symbols that appear in your outer world. They are you, reflected and leading you towards your highest purpose. Your destiny is yours to create. I really just love this deck so much. This card is about leaning into the heart and allowing that to be your compass. Let it guide you this week. Come into the present moment. Be with the breath. Be with the body. Journal, even if it's not to create intentions, just journaling what is coming up for you. Is there anything that you're seeing, synchronicity around you? These are reflections of your heart's messages, and it's asking you to look at them because it's also a reflection of your future. So the more that we're in the now and we're listening to these symbols mirrored around us, we're connecting with our purpose. We are being guided towards connecting with our purpose. When we dwell on the past and we create stories and stress about the past or about the future, it creates a cycle that really takes us away from the present moment. And this is another practice that we have been working on this month in yoga and in all of our practices, is to let go of anxiety and to find presence. So if that is something that you're curious about, all of our practices, our yoga classes every week, and our Dharma healing practice from January 2nd, which is the last episode on this podcast, are tools for letting go of anxiety and finding our presence. So when we're present, we're not worried about the future, problems, what might happen, what if. And we're not stressing about the past either. We're not dwelling on it. We're not stuck in the past. We're just coming into the present and really connecting with our intuition, which is going to help us guide us towards our future self. So this is a week to really listen to your inner compass. Doing so is going to help create a clear view for you so that you can better appreciate the present and really usher in this next chapter. The heart is like our North Star. It's guiding us in the right direction. So just listen to yourself, the cues that are around you, and know that you have the power within you to create the path in the ways that you desire. A couple of reflection questions from the Oracle deck that I also wanted to share. How can I focus on the present moment and fully immerse myself in the here and now? What steps can I take to let go of attachments to the past and overcome any obstacles that prevent me from fully living in the present? How can I cultivate a sense of gratitude and appreciation for the experiences and opportunities available to me right now? Wow. So good, right? It's like the perfect card for this month, for this week, for the gateway. If you want to write down those, go back and write them down. I will also have them in the Patreon group as well. I'll add those into the practice and share that reading there along with the meditation. So, Thanks, friends, for being here and for listening to all of this always. I am so grateful for all of you, and it's hard to believe that we are almost 1 year of this podcast. It's crazy. 1 year of this podcast coming up soon. So I'm not sure. I want to do something special for that too. Special practice for all of you. So we'll see what I'm going to think about it. Okay, I just want to share a couple of final thoughts. Gateways like this 111 gateway this week are reminders of the universe's rhythm. It's inviting us to pause, to realign and embrace our potential. I hope today's episode has inspired you to use this week intentionally with Reiki as a tool for support. And if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend, leave a review, comment, ask a question, and don't forget to join the Patreon group and get access to those guided practices. It's free. It's completely free. Something in 2025 I decided to do is just make it free completely. So everything that I share in there is available to anyone who chooses to join. And I'm hoping that as we build this community that there will be more interaction and more community support there amongst members. So yeah, hopefully we'll see what happens. Until next time, I am sending you loving, supportive Reiki blessings on this 111 Gateway week.